Mark chapter 11 verses 27 to 33. Then they came again to Jerusalem, and as he was walking in the temple, the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders came to him, and they said to him, "By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority to do these things?" But Jesus answered and said to them, "I also will ask you one question. Then answer me, and I will tell you by what authority I do these things. The baptism of John, was it from heaven or from men? Answer me." And they reasoned among themselves, saying, "If we say from heaven, he will say, 'Why then did you not believe him?' But if we say from men," and they feared the people, for all counted John to have been a prophet indeed. So they answered and said to Jesus, "We do not know." And Jesus answered and said to them, "Neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things." All of the highest authorities from both the temple and the Sanhedrin approached Jesus in the temple, determined to launch a public iniquity. This is quite unusual and exposes their desperation to get rid of him. They posed two questions. By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority to do these things? In other words, they were asking him, "Are you from God? And are you the Messiah?" The time for Jesus to reveal his true nature had not yet come, so he avoided direct confrontation by referring to his predecessor, John, and his authority. In this way, he was able to protect himself while also revealing the motivation behind their questions. They had come to set a trap for him. If Jesus said, "I am the Messiah," they could arrest on the spot for blasphemy, and if he said, "I am doing it by my own authority," they could easily dismiss him and pass him off as a lunatic to the public. What does this story teach us about these authority figures? Their power had been given to them by God, and they had elevated themselves above God by rejecting John and Jesus' authority. We put ourselves in a dire spiritual situation when we reject God's authority in our lives as well. Disobedience is one way in which we do this. And what do we learn about Jesus from this message? We can see that he was focused on his mission in spite of the danger that was closing in on him. He calmly worked according to the Father's timetable. Not many hours were left before they would hear him declare, "I am the Messiah." And you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven. But he was not there yet. We often make mistakes because of a lack of discernment between almost done and completely done. Let's follow Jesus' example and patiently work according to God's schedule. The ability to do this only comes from trusting in God's power and His authority. There's no reason to be anxious when we place our confidence in God's leading and His pace. Jesus also gained courage by trusting His Father. Is there any duty that you are avoiding because of fear? If we are certain we are following God's schedule, we shouldn't be afraid of anything. Why not spend some time in quiet reflection today and adjust your life to God's timetable?